Yo, what's up, my people? This is Informant 254 again on your dine, yeah? You know, guys, today I'm going to talk about an important program that people are talking about. It's everywhere, but there's one important thing that people are not starting to talk about. About this program. There's one most important thing: the American green card, the diversity visa. This lottery. Currently, people have to know that you can apply without having a passport. The only thing you need is a high school certificate. And you need to be above 18 years old with a high school certificate. That means that you can apply for this thing without having a passport. And for me, I believe the people who are single, especially, if you are single, applications are so easy. The only thing that disturbs people on this application is the photo. Otherwise, if you are a single person applying for yourself, without a spouse, without, like having the derivatives, the dependents, the husband and the wife and the kids, it should take you just a few minutes of this application. A few minutes and you're done. Believe me, it's the easiest thing to do currently. In 1990, when this thing came out, people were applying and posting with, you had to post with the letter, like you had to post with, with mail. You have a letter, you have to fill in a form, take pictures, then plus pictures, then, buy the stamp. You know how much it used to cost to send something from, for example, from Kenya to the US, and you're applying the whole family. Something that you're not going to win, it's just a lottery, So I'm going to break down the requirements, the critical mistakes that people make during this application. I'm going to talk all about it. So guys, stay tuned. I'm going to just remember, apply this thing for yourself. If you don't need it, apply for your neighbor. If you cannot apply for your neighbor, even apply for your enemy. Because if your enemy succeeds, the whole place will develop. So guys, stay in, chill, and be entertained. This is Informant 254. I'm gonna bring this out, and it is serious, very serious. This application started on this month. It ends next month. Started on the 4th of October. It ends on the 8th of November. The application is open. Don't rush. No. Don't rush in this application. You have time. It doesn't mean that if you applied early, that you're going to win. No, that's nonsense. Apply on your own. I'm gonna talk about it. Stay chilled. Adjust your sofa. Adjust the volume. Let's talk about this. Hey, my people. So, when you talk about qualifications, the Americans call it eligibility. So let me just talk about a little bit about eligibility. To enter this DV 2025, it's 2025 because people were applying this year. You get it? By next year, September, you'll know who has won and who has lost, who has qualified to get into who has been selected. And then you have till 2025 September to get to do all the paperwork and the visa and the application, everything. That's why that physical year of 2025 is when you, as a person who has won the lottery, will manage to enter the United States of America after passing the interview and all those things, So that's why it's called the DV 2025. The green card for 2025. Because people are asking, now why should I apply now and it's for 2025? No, it takes time. Sometimes good things take time, guys. So I'm going to talk about the eligibility. First of all, you have to understand, it's not for every country. 18 countries cannot apply for this thing. 18 good countries. You have to understand, for 5 years, if your country, people have gone over 50,000 to the United States of America from your country for the last 5 years, and they've settled in the United States. Your country can't qualify. That's why we have many countries that have not qualified, like Nigeria, like India, like Bangladesh, like China, like Canada. All those countries don't qualify because of different reasons. Americans themselves know. We are talking of the United States of America, guys. I know it's not so far from Germany. I need to go to US, see how it looks like. So guys, I want to talk about just a little bit about eligibility so that you know. If you have a criminal record, please don't try it. Don't try it, because you need to have a certificate of good conduct from your police station to show that you are you're a good member of the society. You practice good, virtue. You're a virtuous guy. You're nice. You have to prove that to the embassy that you have a clean record. You're not a criminal. You know, you're not going to US to continue with stupid rackets of criminality. The second thing is, there's this thing about working experience. If you're working and you're a professional, 2 years working experience also qualifies you to enter into this thing. You know, so they need that 2 years working experience if you're working. You know, so that you can prove that, okay, this is my job, I've been doing this, and this really matters, you know. The third thing is that you need that high school certificate. You know, if you finished high school, you know, a high school diploma, you know, you are ready to go. Nobody's going to hold you. It means you are qualified. They've not put the qualification to be so high, but it's good, you know. So if you have that high school certificate, you are ready to go, you know. Those are among the main. Something else. I almost forgot. You know, if you try to go to the US, you did something illegal. You know, like you tried to go into the US, you have problems with the immigration of the United States of America. Forget, my friend. Don't apply. You are blocking people. You are blocking people's blessing. You know, if you have problems with the immigration before, please don't apply. Leave for people who have good records. You know, it's not for you. You know, go and pray, and just wait for another chance. Look for another opportunity. But Americans, don't forget, everything is in their records. So if you have problem with the immigration law of the United States of America, this DV 2025 is not for you. I have to insist. I really have to insist that. You get it? So those are just the tip of this, the main things that you require to have as an individual. You know, some things are personal. Like, for example, this certificate of good conduct. You know, this is personal. It means you have to be a person who, like, you know, in general, you have to be just a nice person for you to qualify. See, being bad just cuts your blessing, just by like that. Get it? So those are the tips of the requirements. Eligibility really matters. Something else you have to know: the country in which you come from. You know, for example, I'm in Germany, right? But I was born. Eligibility depends on the country in which you are born, not where you are staying. If you are staying in, for example, you are staying in Canada and you are born in Kenya. Canada does not qualify for this DV. But you are born in Kenya. You know, you are born in Kenya, in Bungoma, Kenya, or Nairobi, Kenya. It doesn't matter, Mombasa. The country of birth is what matters in that application, which means you qualify to apply. You understand? You qualify to apply depending on they need the country of birth, not anything else. The country of birth is what matters. So take note about that. Eligibility depends on the country of birth. Yeah. If, for example, you are in a country that is banned and you are born in a country that is not banned or is not eligible, just apply, because it means you are eligible by birth. Okay, guys? So stay tuned and let's go through this thing. It's very easy. A few minutes, I'm done. So, my people, you know, let's just talk about the documents a bit. You know, something that needs to be really highlighted, put in bold, the documents that you need for this eligibility. You know, the documents that you need for the DV 2025. Guys, it's here. Apply. It's free. Okay? The United States, once you apply, you have to understand that you need to have some documents to prove of what you're applying for. For example, if you are married, please have a marriage certificate. Okay? If you are divorced, please have a divorce certificate to show you are divorced. And if your husband or wife passed, please have a death certificate. If you are separated, it has to be legal. You know, application, you know, depends entirely on documentation. Paperwork. The United States of America doesn't believe in just blah, 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 talk. No. Talk with documentation. Application with documentation. That's why I insist, if you have children, have the birth certificates of these children. Something very important that I have to say, hey, if you have a child, please, write that child. Let me tell you why. Some people say, let me tell you why. For example, you have a child with a lady, you don't live with this lady. And then you apply without writing that child's name. You get it? Then that lady, you have no contact with her completely. Oh, you remember she's gone, she moved on, right? She also applies for the DV. Puts in the child and puts in your name. as the father of the child. Let me tell you something about the modern technology. Guys, you guys have heard of the AI, right? Artificial intelligence. The artificial intelligence, on that computer system, will synchronize you together and you'll be disqualified. It shows you have a child who you've not declared is your child. You are the type of people who don't want to pay child support, right? That's how I'll do it as an immigration officer. I'll just disqualify you. So if you have a child, please write you have a child. Even if you're separated with that lady, write the name of the child, you are the father. Have the documents to show you are the father. Have a birth certificate, names on the birth certificate that are names, and the lady you had the child with. So that's really important. Don't cheat. It will come and you'll suffer at the end, because when you are having that interview, you'll be asked so many questions that you end up contradicting yourself. You get it? If you have a girlfriend, you cannot write that you have a girlfriend or a fiancé, because at the time of application, you have a fiancé. Next week, you break up, right? So only legal things like marriage, divorce, separation by court order, things like the death certificate, for the deceased, those are things that matter, the paperwork. Because for me, I know, if you come and you just talk, and you have no paperwork, I'll just disqualify you. You're wasting time. You're wasting time for people at the embassy. Because you applied, your application went through, But now, at the time of the interview, you are disqualified. After celebrating and cursing everybody in the village, announcing it and writing on social media you're going to US. But then you cheated, you did not write the right information, and you don't have the paperwork. That's why paperwork is very important for this thing. I'm insisting on paperwork because these people don't work on empty hands. You have to come with documentation. Your high school certificate, your birth certificate, those are things that are needed. I said you need just to have, you don't need a passport, right? But you have to have a birth certificate. Everybody in this world needs to have a birth certificate. How did you come to this world? Because when you apply, you are over 18. You have have an identification, normal identification. You can apply using your normal identification or using your birth certificate. But then later on, you can apply for the travel document, which is a passport. So they've made it easy for people to be hopeful on this application. You can just apply and then take your time to apply for a passport. That's why I'm insisting. You don't need a passport to apply, my people. You don't need a passport, I was just talking to one of my village friends, and he was like, his only problem is we cannot find a proper white background to take his picture. What is that? Please help people. If you have a smartphone, you have a computer, you can try to apply for these young people around you. Apply for many people as possible. There's a possibility one of them will succeed to go, and we lift up the community. Or even if he doesn't lift up the community, you have helped one individual in this world, by helping him to apply. Some people have a lot of internet, Apply for these young people. Apply for 200, 300. Have your computer, have a camera, take a picture, open an email for them, apply for them. Give them their numbers, Once your application is gone, you get this verification number, which is sent to you. Give it to them and tell them to take next year. You don't need even them to thank you for this. Just apply and move on. Because the application is now free. You just need the internet, Don't take, okay, I've finished let me just talk about the picture. Don't take a picture with just a smartphone, the front part of your smartphone. Take a professional picture. This is something serious, It won't cost you so much. Go and take a professional picture. The pictures, dimensions are there. I'll put the dimension down here. I'll pin them down. The dimension of the picture is, if it's too big, it can't go. It can't. It needs to be JPD, It needs to be the proper size of the head. Please, don't put on glasses. Don't put on earrings. Don't put on a police uniform or a graduation gown to show that you are overqualified. They don't need that nonsense. They need you to put on normal dressing, like the way I'm putting on, just something normal. Don't put on like makeup that when you are coming, we are seeing Rihanna. But then during the interview, we are seeing Beyonce. Man, no. Man, don't put on so much makeup. Make sure that in the picture your ears are can be seen, your nose, your eyes. It needs to be symmetrical, guys. Symmetrical, balanced. The shoulders have to be straight. Your ears have to be seen properly. Your eyes. Don't smile or don't like remove a tongue or you have headphones and all that nonsense. No. This is not for that kind of nonsense. Get it, guys? You know. So the photo is the most important thing on this application, guys. Many people from the photo, they are disqualified. 100% disqualified. Everything else is right, but the photo, you know. Something else about the photos of the kids. There's a way you can take pictures of the kids if you have kids, because in this application they need also photos of the kids. Make sure that if the kid is too small, put him on the white sheet, take the picture from up, crop it, put it in the thing. Take your time. This thing is, you have enough time, man. You have enough till 8th of November. You have enough time. Take that picture, crop it properly, put the documents right, date of birth, country, everything, you know. Because the people who are applying with families, they need more time. And if possible, look for somebody to help you peacefully, slowly, peacefully, without the hect. Because you can't apply twice. You apply once. If you apply once and it has gone and it has mistakes, there's no way you can print and see your mistake. You just be disqualified, guys. So if you're applying for, if you are married, apply for yourself as a wife, put on the kids and the husband. If you are a husband, put on the wife, put on the kids. You know, the entry is, you have a higher percentage of winning by applying 2 people than 1 person. If your kids are above 18 years old, don't apply for them, but let them apply. Because, for example, if I'm 18 years old, 19, 20, and I go to the United States, definitely I'll want my mom to visit me or my father. You know, if I become a successful person, I have a job, you know, I'm on my feet, man, my parents have to come to the United States of America. Pap, there's no way I'll be thinking. I don't have to think about it. My parents have to come. Visit me anytime they want, you know, come and stay with me if possible. People have gone. I know many people went. Just like that, just like a joke, tap, they're gone. So guys, if you're going to apply, apply on your own. You get it? That's why I'm saying you apply. If you're applying with the dependents, it's going to take time, and it take time because you are going to have more to fill in, more data to fill in. You know, the more data you fill in, the more mistakes you make. You know, as a single person, you have less mistakes because you're not writing other people's names. You're just writing your, you know, this is how it is actually. It's very simple. You know, it's just your names, your birth, date of birth. You get it? Country of birth, your marital status, your address, email, telephone number. Very simple. Finished. Address. Some things are even optional, like phone numbers. And even the address, the physical address, you need an email address. The email address needs to work. But the telephone number, hi. Some guys were just talking, saying hi to me. You need the telephone number. The telephone number, nobody's going to call you. You know, before they used to send letters. Who's going to send you a letter to show you, to tell you that you've won? No, they don't send letters. This thing is digital. You know, they're not going to put these papers in a big pot and mix them. You praying that your village people are not doing anything, should not do anything, so that they, you know, or you go to your village people to make sure that they pick that. No, it's digital. You get it? It will be generated automatically by the computers because there's so many millions of people who are going to apply. So this thing, you apply. After application, once it's gone, you know, during the selection, it's digital. The numbers will be generated digitally, guys. And then you get your confirmation digitally. Means you'll be sent by email. The email is very important. Please don't make a mistake with the email. And the confirmation that you had during the application. If you lose it, nobody's going to contact you. But have the email at least. Emails should work. So that when you win, I can imagine somebody winning. Oh, I know people who won it. Oh my God. Then, hopefully you pass the interview and you go to the United States of America. You know, amazing, this thing, amazing. It has been made easy for this contemporary society. You know, it has been made so easy for the common man. You can apply without a passport, you know, and just like that, you find yourself in the United States of America. New York. You can start saying, New York, yeah, I'm coming. You know, New York, Las Vegas, you know, start talking of such things, you know. You go and watch the crisscross, you know, I'm putting on their top. Crisscross gonna make it up, jump, jump. This hip hop, you know, I used to listen to it in the 90s. So guys, these are the most important things that I've talked about. I'm going to add a few things, and stay tuned, and let's see this thing. Let's get this thing done. Let's get this thing done for our friends, family, relatives, everybody, even those who hate. Yeah, just about the photo, guys. If you applied last time with a certain passport photo, it looks really nice. Maybe you have a tie, you look nice, you're handsome, and you have no scars, no wrinkles. You applied last time, last year, I don't know. Guys, don't use the same photo. The technology is advanced. Things will be synchronized and you'll be disqualified. Just take a photo that is not more than 6 months old. You get it? And for kids, try to take a recent photo, because kids change a lot. Just take a recent photo and use it for application. But don't take old photos and use them. No, use a recent photo. These days, photos have become cheap. Everybody has a camera. The big cameras used to be used. Now you have a smartphone, the iPhones, they have really nice megapixel. And guys, believe me, the photo is here, the snag. That's what my dad used, the snag, the place where, it's gonna differentiate who's the Tom and Jerry. This is where it's gonna differentiate the people, the IQs and everything. So guys, the photo, people will insist. The other things, anybody can do it, but the photo, if you can get professional help for the photo. There are some websites. There's a website, I also tried to find it, where after taking the photo, you can still put it in and see if it exactly meets the requirements of this DV lottery. Hope that makes it easy. Yeah, because people are suffering because of the photo. Many people have been asking me on Informant 254 TikTok, about this lottery and about the photo. And this is the only solution. There has to be an SI unit of this photo. So, which means there are websites where you put on this photo, and then you can edit it, and it's exactly the perfect size for the DV 2023. So guys, stay tuned. It's amazing. It's an amazing day. Huh? But winter is coming, but it's an amazing day. Guys, stay tuned. Hey guys, let me just say something. I should have said it the first time I started this thing. The application is free. The application is free. Nobody should cheat you. Nobody should scam you, my brother, my sister, my loved ones, enemies, neighbors, my neighbors, my village people. Nobody should cheat you that you are supposed to pay for this thing. No. The application is totally free. In German, they say kostenlos. Bro, it's kostenlos. No, you're not supposed to pay anything. The only thing you're going to pay is for your data, data and your time. That's the only thing you're going to pay. Application is free. There's so many websites out here, scam websites telling you, let me apply. If somebody's applying for you and you're paying, it's a different case. But there's some scammers, guys, who are gonna scam you. But if there's somebody who wants to apply for you, you're seeing it's legit. People are talking it's legit. You can use it if you have the money. Why not? Although you're getting a chance, better. People always say be safe. You're going a safe way. So applications are free. You get it? And something else about the photos, the background has to be white. Don't give excuses that there'll be no excuse when you upload a bad photo with a dirty background, which is not white. Not gray is not white, or dirty white, I don't know. White. Make sure it is white. Don't smile, just be normal. The background has to be white. I have to insist that. Imagine you are being disqualified for such a big chance, big opportunity, because you decided to use a gray background, because you used a rich person's house or a nice house, or you find yourself, you look good behind gray or in front of gray. No, white. There's something very important about instructions have to be followed to the letter, every point. White is the background of the photo. Finished. No discussion. Okay? White. If you start messing from there, they'll take your thing. In fact, they just delete it. Because these days you don't send, like the people used to send, like you send letters. I'm applying for the DV. I've sent letters and photos. They check, and no, they'll just open it, see the background of your photo is gray. They just delete your thing now. Pop. They've deleted it and you are praying night and day from 2023 to 2025 because of your mistake. Nah, man. Don't. The background has to be white. Finished. Okay, people. I've insisted on the background because people will be disqualified because of that. You know, because everybody is talking about this thing right now and it's the photo that is making people fail. So my lovely people, that's about the photo. You upload it, make sure it's not so big, make sure it's the right size, make sure the background is right, make sure your nose, your eyes, your ears, everything is seen right. Don't smile. Don't look like an emoji, you know, and that's something really important, you know. Yeah, you know, that's something really important because they must disqualify people, because imagine how many people are applying. They look for ways of disqualifying you. Somebody will open that thing and say, this one, see the way he has opened his mouth now. They just delete you. See this one, in fact, there's not enough light. They delete you. Yeah. You've put on makeup, you've put on a police cap or police uniform, or you've put on your graduation gown. They delete it. They'll not write you back. Do we think they have that time? That they'll write you an email, they disqualified you? No, they'll not just contact you. You are praying night, day, fasting, you know. No, guys. So remember about that and take seriously. Hey, you won't believe this. Something else that can disqualify you. Let me give you a good example. People are saying, you know, once you've been selected, everything went on through right, blah blah blah, and then you've been selected. You've announced in the whole village you are going to the United States of America. You've won the lottery. You are supposed just to go for the interview, right? You've booked your interview, you marry. You know, now you're going to America, right? You look for the most beautiful girl in the village and marry now. You're going to America, who can refuse you? You're already rich. You're already rich. You look for that girl who you had a crush on and just tell her, you know what? I think I should go with you to the United States of America. You marry her. You get it? The only problem is, during your application, you are single, right? And then immediately after getting your selection letter that you've been selected, you marry. That marriage will come into question with the immigration officers. Let me tell you why. There'll be questions. They'll question you people separately. And believe me, this is serious. Imagine you marry somebody, you don't know that person properly. You just married her because of beauty and because you now won the lottery, right? During the interview, they'll ask you simple questions. In fact, they'll not ask you what's their favorite color. You know, you don't know each other really well because you married really fast. You want just to take her to US and, you know, start a family. They just ask her a simple question like, you married her very fast and she's from another town. You've not even started living with her. They ask her, how many windows does your bedroom have? She writes 3. There are 2 bedroom windows. Okay, maybe you're not living with her. They ask her, what is the favorite supermarket you usually go to? She says you go to Tuskys. The other person says you go to Uchumi. They ask her, how many brothers do you have and sisters? She doesn't know. She guesses because she saw she knows 2, but she thinks the other one was also a brother because she thinks we are very fast. Says the wrong number. They ask you the same thing about her family. You don't know her sisters, you don't know her brothers. My friend, they'll cancel that because that marriage is arranged. It's an arranged marriage that is based on winning the lottery. They'll disqualify you because of that, because you are married somebody because of the lottery. You know, if you married that person during the application, you entered everything during the application, it's easy because there's no suspect, because you just applied for your family and your wife. But now you won the lottery, went and married, then they have to interview you people. Guys, I hope I drove that point home. Better get to United States, come back for her. You know, if it was your dream, your crush, you know, people say marrying my crush. So amejileta sasa. may win lottery. Yeah. So guys, that's really important, you know. I wanted to say it because that can also lead to your being disqualified, you know, because of marrying after the lottery and not knowing your partner well, and your partner not knowing you well. You differ in things that are supposed to be common in marriage. You get it? They'll ask you so many simple questions, and these questions are supposed to have one answer, the same answer. You have two different answers. You know, your answers are like blue and green. The answers are supposed to be blue and blue, not blue and green. You know, so that's really important. And yeah, I almost forgot that because I had some lawyers talk about it. Very important that I talked about it. Okay. So my people, there's something really important. Before I just go to the application process, you know, the process is really simple. Just take a minute. I have to say something really negative about the DV. I'm sorry, but I have to say it. If you have been applying for the DV, you know, the diversity visa, the United States of America diversity visa, you've been applying for many years. You have applied almost like 7 times, you've not been winning. You have to understand that if you try to go to the United States in a different way, like for example, you want to go as a tourist, your intent, according to the immigration office, is to go and stay in the United States forever. You'll be denied a visa because of intent, immigration law. The immigration law shows that you've been trying like 10 times to come to the United States to settle. It has that negative. If you're trying to come as a student, you get it? You have applied to a university, you've gotten an admission, then you are going for the visa interview. You know, when they check in the system, you've applied like 10 times to come to the United States. It can lead to being denied a visa to come in the United States as a student. I just have to say it, it's clear. Even just going to the United States as a tourist, you've been applying 10 times. Prove to us that once you enter the United States of America, you've set land in that. Tell us, show us something that will prove that you'll go back to your country. There's proof that you've been trying to enter the US forever now. Now you've got the chance to enter the US. Will you come back to your country? So that's the negative impact of applying for the DV green card for the United States of America. Because it can also close some of the opportunities which you might have later on. Get in, my people, you know. So that's something you have to know. If you've not applied and you just have somebody who can invite you to the United States of America, just let him invite you, maybe get a visa, go look for other ways. There's Azil, you can go there, stay and apply for other things. But remember, if you are applying for the DV and you try to go for other opportunities in the United States, like you want to go for ministries, church ministries, it has a negative impact on your visa application on another entity. Itakuchomea, bro. Yeah. That's how it is, man. That's reality. Lawyers have talked about it, I've read about it. Lawyers say, for those who apply several times, you know, everything is in the system. The system doesn't forget. The internet doesn't forget. And now with the AI, Git chat and all that stuff, the internet does not forget. So, that's what I wanted to say. You know, those other ways of you going to the United States will be blocked because the interviews that will be asked will be based on the diversity visa which you applied in your previous years. Because that proves you actually had intent to come to the United States and stay there for the rest of your life, which is okay. Somebody has to take a risk now. Yeah. Something has to kill a man. So guys, that's the bad news about the DV. But it's also the reality. If you are applying, know that it can also block you from other wonderful opportunities, you know, like to tour the United States, you know, can block you. Go to watch a game if you had the chance, or an invite or a conference, you know, it will block that opportunity depending on how many times you've applied, because the immigration officer will feel like you don't deserve to go to the United States because you have the intent of you going to the United States is to stay indefinitely. Okay guys, I hope you got me that. So let me just go to the process and we close this up. Yeah, hey, the sun is nice, man. I'm enjoying. The sun is so nice. So guys, to wrap this up, it's a pretty hot afternoon. I want to talk about the process the process of application, right? You have to follow the instructions to the letter. Let me just say, you have the family name, your surname. You start with your first surname, then you go to your first name, then you go to the middle name on that application form. I'll put the website down there. Then there's the gender, there's the date of birth, there's the country of birth, the country of eligibility. Fill in. If you're from the country of eligibility, always write the country of eligibility. Don't add those countries you're living in which are not eligible. Okay? The photographs have to be uploaded. I've talked about the white background. It has to be not older than 6 months. It has to have a white background. Mailing address is important. Your postal address, just put it in, but nobody will mail you, nobody will call you, nobody will send send you mail. Everything is digital, but write the mail just to fill in so that the form is not rejected. Put on the postal address, put on your email, put your phone number. It doesn't matter. Put in your phone number, where you live, the country you live, your level of education, if you finished high school, if you finished college. Remember, with documentation, don't cheat, because you'll one-on-one with the visa officer, the immigration officer in the US embassy in your country. You will suffer. Don't cheat. Just write what you have. If you finished high school, if you have a diploma, if you have a degree, you have a bachelor's, you have a master's, write what you have, but you have to have the documentation in proof. That's the most important thing about that process. When it comes to the derivatives or the dependents, add your husband. It's always good to add with the how do you call it? With the marriage certificate and everything on that process. Actually, that's it. And what else do you think I forgot? Let me check. Yeah. Those are the most important things, the most important things. And this thing, don't rush to apply. You have till the 8th of November. It's just the other day that they opened the website for application. And doesn't mean that first come, first serve. No, you can apply on the last day and you win this lottery. Just like that. That's like a joke. So apply for your people. Apply for your shamba boy, your village boy. Apply for your shopkeeper. Apply for your, apply for these kids who are finishing high school this year. They're going to they've already turned 18. They have a birth certificate. If you have a birth certificate, you can apply. You are above 18. Okay? So apply for them. Apply for your mom. Apply for your dad. Apply for yourself. Apply for everybody. If you have a chance to apply for somebody, the more you apply, that person might go to US and forget you in the next 10 years. But 15 years later, he might call you and say, bro, man, I remember you. Let me give you this $100. Go and buy something nice to eat. Like some nice meat, chicken or something in Africa, or if you're a vegetarian, go buy something fresh in the market. Or gift you something nice. Just visit you, or even invite you to the United States of America. Just invite you. And you can come and visit, or even sponsor you to go and study. So guys, apply for people. Apply as many as you can. And with that said, this is Informan 254. I want to wish you a lovely Wednesday, and with God's blessing, I hope many people apply with ease, with patience, and after the application, life goes on. This is a lottery. There are no guarantees, guys. There are no guarantees on this kind of thing. You cannot say I'm 100% sure I'm winning. No man. People have been applying for many years and they've not won. And some people just applied for the first time and they win. So after application, move on with your life. Continue doing your job. Continue serving the society. Continue taking care of your family. With the hopeful, move on with your life. Because this is DV 2025. We are in 2023, October. You get it? And in between, anything wrong can go on. Cancellation. So it's good to be hopeful, it's good to be optimistic, but at the end of the day, life goes on. Move on with your life. If there are other opportunities you are indulging in, go on with the other opportunities. If you are building your career, build your CV, go to school, do something that, like for example, if you feel like you want to do, it can build you to do a career, and you say, let me just do this career and start it. Maybe I'll do it in the US. Just build yourself, build yourself in terms of your profession, in terms of your health, in terms of your emotions, and in terms of family. Be a family guy and just be hopeful. Guys, with that said, just want to sign out from Stuttgart, Germany. It's an amazing Wednesday. Many content creators say everybody in Europe, everybody who has gone abroad is a content creator. Yes, because we can help somebody else. You know, we can help somebody else, and by helping somebody else, I'm helping myself, and I'm enjoying this. Get it? So have a lovely Wednesday. This is Informant 254 signing out, yeah, from Stuttgart, Germany. With hope, God bless you. Signing out. Yo, what's up my people? This is Informant 254 and nitakuwa tu very very brief man. Kila mtu ameongelea DV. DV, you don't need to have a passport to apply. Guys, this DV, you just need to have a birth certificate if you're above 18 and you have a high school certificate. Apply. Ni free. If you're single, it's like 10-20 minutes, you are done. If you have the photo. The photo is the most complicated document on this application because photo itakudisqualify. Photo iko the right size, iko in a white background, iko less than 6 months old. Guys, you get it? You know. Na kama you are married, please have documentation. If you're divorced, have documentations. Please. Yeah. If you're separated, it has to be from a court order. Separation has to be from a court order. It's not supposed to be just like, can we stay? We go. Can we stay? It doesn't exist, you know. Can we stay doesn't exist in US. In Germany, it exists. You can say, can we stay? And you write on your documentation, you have a Lebenspartner. You mean you're living with somebody, but you're not married. But in the US, can we stay doesn't count as a real marriage or as a real thing. It's not a thing in the US. No. US, it's marriage, separation, divorce. They believe in that. Yeah. If you have kids, please write your kids. You know, if you don't write your kid, it's a mess. Because the thing is, this kid, if the person who's on the other side, I mean your ex, if she applies and writes the kid and writes your name, and when they use the AI, the artificial intelligence shows that you have a partner who wrote your name as the father. You get it? And you also applied and did not write that you have a common child. Even if you're separated, you will be disqualified. Okay, my people? So this is Informant 254, man. Check the whole video on YouTube. Subscribe, yeah? Nawapenda sana. Love you two guys from Germany, Stuttgart. Signing out. We love you. Informant 254. You're dying. You're dying. You're dying. You're dying. Good luck.